Hi, Year 3. This is our second lesson in measuring using centimetres. We're going to think about the different comparing measurements and in particular comparing between centimetres and millimetres. Now here's our step-in problem for today. Where might you use a ruler, a metre ruler, a tape measure or other measuring device to measure length? And we talked yesterday about how if you're driving, you would generally measure in kilometres, but the odometer on the car does go down to 10 metres. Probably if you're using a ruler, you're measuring something in centimetres or millimetres. Okay, a ruler is generally 30 centimetres. So you could be using that for either centimetres or millimetres. Most rulers have got millimetres on them. A metre ruler, like we've got in the classroom, generally not very accurate unless for small distances, but it is handy for something like measuring the room. A tape measure is generally a smaller measurement. Again, it has millimetres and centimetres, but it usually goes to a little beyond a metre. Okay, let's have a look at our things that we need to measure today. What units of measurement would you use to measure something in centimetres? Now, normally I would be getting people to give me suggestions, but something in centimetres, it might be the page of a book, it might be a computer screen, it might be the size of your desk. So something generally around probably between 10 centimetres and a metre, you would probably use to measure in centimetres. What unit of length would you use to measure a paperclip? Well, a paperclip is only very small. It's probably going to be bigger than a centimetre, but if I wanted to know accurately, I would need to use millimetres to measure how long a paperclip is. And what are some things that you might measure in millimetres? Well, we saw some ants yesterday, and scientists often, and mathematicians often use very small numbers such as millimetres. So things like an insect, like the ants, or things like the lead of your pencil. So things that are very small, things that are probably less than 5 centimetres. Okay. Now you're going to go and do pages 170 and 171 in your book. However, before you do that, let's have a look at this because there is another one of these funny sorting machines. Okay, centimetres are going in here. So this is centimetres coming in, and then it goes through a machine that multiplies the number by 10. So if you have got 3 coming into this machine, it's going to multiply it by 10. So 3 centimetres times 10 will give us how many millimetres? It will be 30 millimetres. Okay, so where this sorting machine is changing centimetres into millimetres. So you're going to have to work out what is the number of centimetres coming in here that gives us 40 millimetres at the end. And what are these other numbers that we're missing here? Okay, have fun with that, and I'll see you tomorrow.